So we got to step back and ask ourselves in our work every single day, when we're doing our work, are we an eagle? Are we a duck? And I've taken this from John Maxwell's book, Leadership Gold, and he talks about what is the difference between an eagle mindset and a duck mindset. And anytime I'm working with nonprofit leaders, government leaders, social enterprise leaders, I'm assessing conversations and what I'm hearing from individuals based on, are they looking at this through a eagle mindset or a duck mindset? And our goal to be entrepreneurial nonprofit leaders is to adopt this eagle mindset. And so let's talk about the differences. So eagles, if you think about an eagle is one who is soaring from high heights or hunting from up above, right? They're willing to see a bigger picture, where ducks, and as an animal, they're more content to, they're staying on the ground, they're finding food in the pond. And so how do we translate that into organizations? Well, eagles are champions for the organization's mission. So from that high lens, they're viewing, the purpose of the organization. So all of their decisions, everything they make is really at that big picture, that mission that they're trying to solve. And they're willing to soar and go high places to reach those optimal levels of success. And so to help them do that, they're valuing open communication, open collaboration, and continuous improvement. And they're using data as their kind of litmus test, right? As their guardrails. They're using data to let them know, are they on track or are they off track? They're not using data, or they're not thinking of data as something to be feared. They're looking at data as something to be embraced, because it helps us be more successful. It helps us drive our organization forward. Where ducks, on the other hand, are content to maintain the status quo. They're focused on convenience over what is right and best for our mission, and they prefer not to work too hard. So they're gonna value convenience. And what I love about what John Maxwell says is that there is nothing wrong with ducks. Just don't ask them to hunt or soar from a high altitude. It's not what they do. It's not who they are. So as you are involved in your own personal self-development, it's important that you kind of take stock and ask yourself, am I acting more like a duck and with a duck mindset, or have I embraced an eagle mindset? So first, we have the ability to change our own mindsets, to work on our own professional development and decide which one we want to be. But then there's also, when you're working with people on your teams, asking yourself, am I interacting right now with a duck or an eagle? And making sure that if your colleagues are ducks, then it's our responsibility to be the leaders, right? You would never ask a duck to be an eagle, but you would also never ask an eagle to be a duck. You would never ask an eagle to go live life like a duck. And so as nonprofit leaders, social sector leaders, it is our responsibility. If we are eagles, if we've embraced eagle mindset, we know that's what it takes to drive our nonprofits forward, our social cause forward, then we have to stand firm as eagles in a sea of ducks and lead by example. Even if we're not the CEO of our nonprofit, even if we're not on the executive team or a board member, we can lead by example. And how do we do that? Well, we'll never take our eyes off our mission, right? At the end of the day, that mission statement, why our nonprofits exist, it is to see that change in the world, and that will drive everything we do. So if our organization is implementing a new process or a new procedure, we'll ask the questions, we'll communicate to our teams how this particular new initiative, new innovation is the best thing for our mission. We will create a culture of ongoing learning, because how we do it today, what we do today will produce great results. But guess what? What got us here will not get us to the next level. So in a few years, whatever we implement today, we'll need to learn from it and improve and innovate to take us to the next level. We also want to empower our staff to drive innovation, because they're on the ground, every single day. If we're building this culture of communication and learning, they may learn things, and we want them to come to us and say, hey, I've learned this new thing, or I'm looking at my own data and I'm seeing these trends. I'd like to innovate. I'd like to adopt a new policy or procedure to help our organizations move forward. And so we're going to then set performance goals. We're going to kind of put our flags in the stand and say, this is where we're going. These are the metrics we're going to manage to, and let's go forth and measure them and monitor them, because what we focus on grows. And we're going to celebrate data compliance. We're going to celebrate that data. We're going to reward our team. And, maybe in a nonprofit, you can't reward them with cash bonuses or days off, but maybe you can reward them with a pizza party. You can reward them with, a fun, community involvement or engagement event or something. But find ways to reward your team for doing the vulnerable thing by, collecting the data, sharing the data, looking at the data, using their data so that we can be innovative. And so that's how, as leaders, no matter where we are in the organization, we can adopt these cultures and move our organizations forward.